8,600 in our futures. But then we had at the Strohs at 4-1 at 2 dimes, which basically wipes that out. So we're down 600. Then we hit the Pena for a big payday at 8-1. So we ended up now record wise, it's got to be something ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 losses. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And 2 wins here. 2 and 30. Here's some totals. 2 and 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 and 30. 7 and 33. 9 and 34. 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39. 9 and 39. 9 and 40. 41, 42, 43. 44, 9 and 44, 10 and 44 with our totals. I'll hear a couple of these. I forgot all about these. 10 and 44. Jeez. Atlanta. Loser. The Cleveland series. Houston, a sweep was a winner. So that's 10 and 44, 11 and 44, 11 and 47. 11 and 47 with. I forgot about those tickets. So yeah, a little bit of 11 and 44, but when you hit a 18-1 Pena World Series MVP, that kind of flips the script for you a little bit on 18 10 and 44. Anyway, we'll get to that. We had the Stros as a premium yesterday, under in that game. So we finished up baseball 529 and 514, 522, 523. So either you're up 3,600 or up basically 1,800. And it came down to the totals, which was separating me on the two sites. So shop around. No secret there. College football, winning day 38 and 28, plus 800, 3 and 2. But we had the Baylor Bears plus 140 there, so that got done. Teaser goes down again, minus 610. Teasers, 2 and 1 in the teasers. Can't win them when you go 2 and 1. I'm almost want to stop doing teaser Tuesdays. Honestly, I just that's not where I'm making my money. I mean, it's the chat kind of likes it, but hockey 3 and 5. I dropped the Flames here again. Puck line Flames, but 2 and 1 overall. Hockey 16 and 70. Not 16 and 70. 16 and 17 plus 234. NBA 8 and 6 plus 165 in the video. 6 and 3 overall. We'll take it. And I do have I didn't add them in the chat here, NBA or hockey, but I did bet 2 games today. And of course, NFL football, which has been the absolute cash cow. I don't know if you're not on board with the NFL this year, or what are you doing? I mean, 65 and 34, it's 67%. Totals, we are 18 and 5, 70. I think that's 77, 78%, 75%. I don't know. Something along those lines. Pretty darn good if you ask me. And you're not asking, I'm just telling you I'm having a nice NFL season. Bears over the total here. We'll go Falcons, doggies, plus 3. Cincy, this game, and I had mentioned this the other day on the show. I was like, man, I kind of want Carolina. Can I get it at 10? Maybe it gets boosted up to 10.5. But again, betting early where I'm holding out. Cincy, a complete no-show on Monday night. They get embarrassed. Carolina loses, but people think they should have won. The line comes down 2.5 points. I will buy on Cincy here. Looking terrible. I'll buy in Atlanta. We have Falcons. Yes. Excuse me. Chargers are off their bye week. And not a coach I love. And the offense, as you got a lot of great players on it. It's Herbert. Should he pass against this defense? Absolutely. You want to take it over here? I'm not going to say no. Take it over in this game. Again, Bears over. We led off with the Bears over. The offense has come alive the last couple weeks, and I know I say the Miami team is a one-trick pony. They had one good offensive quarter, and then even against the Lions last week. I mean, that game was like an under in the first half. They couldn't get anything going, but it's the Lions. They fall apart. I'm going to go over here just based on I like the Bears, right? I was hoping the Bears it opened at 3.5, went to 4.5, so 5.5. I think I don't even know what it is now, maybe down to 4 or whatever. And I was thinking November, it's, first week of November, Chicago, it's the Bears outside. Excuse me, Miami's outside. It's Miami. It's a speed team on grass. Not that high on them, but the Bears defense, I don't know, leaves a little bit to be desired for me. So I'm going to go over the total here. And the Seattle under, this was a 50-51, I think, 50 and a half on a opener on look ahead lines. And now it is down into the 49, even a 48 kind of range. I saw just a couple before I went live here, but give me the under here. Seattle defense is not as bad as everyone thinks. All right, don't everybody, you immediately think of that crazy Detroit game and the Saints game, stuff like that. Arizona, I get it. Hopkins back. I'm not buying it. Teaser Tuesday: Colts, Bears, Falcons. So there is that. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Anyway, Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. I posted this on Twitter. The free picks are posted on the Twitter universe. If you're not, give me a follow. I don't know, a follow, a like button. It's not like I'm asking for $29. It's like just go watch the show or the channel. Give it a little thumbs up. Give it a follow. Why wouldn't you? The free picks have been free picking. We've been not too bad on these. We've cashed a little bit on the free picks, right? I don't know why you wouldn't want to be following the show. Anyway, let's go. A lot of comments already rolling around. I appreciate everybody coming in today. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'll put the look headlines from last week over here in case we talk about it. And I got a college basketball book in front of me. I have, I think, 15 games for next week. Hello, for tomorrow already underway, but you never know. I apologize. I said, I've done the kind of like a future kind of show with college basketball. We've covered a bunch of games all the time. I'll go through the conferences, kind of say who I like, and I'm going to try to get to it when I do look at lines tonight. After we do, we'll run through the NFL, and maybe I'll hit a couple small conferences, like the mid-major kind of stuff, if you're interested in that. And again, I haven't made a bet in any conference yet this year, and normally I'm a little ahead of curve, but just I don't know, man. Baseball had been so good. NFL was trucking along. Even college football. I mean, we're not terrible. We're not terrible. Blah, blah. I am not terrible in college football. I mean, 93 and 81 is not a bad record. I could do a little better, but it's like we're turning along profit, and I've just been, I don't know. I've just been focused, believe it or not, on the NFL and college, and even a baseball cashing and a nice season there. I neglected some college hoops. I kept saying I got to get into it, and every time I went to open my book, I wrote down a few things. But I did not make any bets. I'm just being honest. It is. I don't know. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'll try to get some this afternoon. I'll see if I get down anything. I'll let you know what we do here. Eric, welcome on in. Academy under hits again. Yes, Service Academy, 13-7. December 10th. Who's that? Navy. Navy. That's not been a Navy game because I think the Air Force has won against each team. So that'll be Army, Navy. Air Force, I think, won the Commander's Trophy. Bet it ahead. Bet it ahead of time. Dave, how are you today? What do we got here? Hit big on the Cal Bears. Oh, see, I had a USC at a 17 or an 18, and then it went up. And then somebody messaged me on Twitter like, hey, the line moved. I'm like, and I do like kind of Cal as a dog. I just didn't think they were going to hang that close. It was a good play by you. All right, so you like Tampa today? I'm okay. What's the the Rams, both of these teams look terrible. But you got Tampa with your extra rest. I don't mind. Rams look lost all year. Not that Tampa's looked any better. Chargers, I don't like. I don't like the Chargers. I initially was like, ooh, I kind of like the Chargers. Right? You look at the team. You look at the guys on the team. You're like, man, it's San Diego all the way. LA Chargers, whoever they're called. I can't. I kind of lean towards the Falcons here. We got them in the chat. and the Panthers. Don't like Carolina. I like 9.5, 10, sure. 7, especially what we saw out of Bengals. You can't play as bad as it did the other night. Right? That's my opinion on that game. Did not bet it. I did not bet that game. And today's actually a light kind of a day for me in NFL. I got what 2, 4, 6 NFL today, and side in total tomorrow. It's a lighter day. I just listen. I could have came out with every single dog today. I'm not gonna lie. Richie P hitting the like button. I appreciate it, Richie. Shannon, good morning. Welcome on in. Although I'll be fading USC from now on. Their D is trash. I figured they were going to put up their 40 something, but you're going to allow that many points. You're going to lay 35. You're up 40. I thought you're going to cover by a hook for me there. And then I shouldn't say that because the minute it was 7-6 and they missed extra point, I knew that we were in trouble and it was going to come down to like I was going to be in trouble with my game. A little nervous about the Bills covering today. Well, I don't know. Did I miss something? Is Josh Allen out? Who's not playing for them? Do they have are 13 of their 22 starters out today? I must have missed that. Did that come across the odd screen somewhere? I'm not worried about the Bills. I told you, I got Bills Super Bowl all the way. It's the coin flip revenge tour. I don't care who they're playing. I think they could beat. I think every team. Let's just say, with the exception of maybe I know the Packers got the back door last week. Maybe Kansas City. I don't even want to put the Eagles or Niners. We saw what they did to the Niners. And I think Dallas, if Dak's 100%, I think that team's a pretty solid bunch of their defense. I will lay double digits. I'll lay 15, 16 points with the Bills every week. I don't care. 2 touchdowns every week against any team. Home, away. You got a healthy quarterback and the defense come into play. I am not worried ever about the Bills. I think the Bills are to win every game by 20. It's do they stay interested? So that's why you take a Bills first half in all these games. Because you're going to come out and get ahead, and it's 27-3, and they're up, and next thing you know, it's 34-17, and your 17 doesn't cover or whatever. Here we go to dogs. Jets, loser. Falcons. I kind of like Panthers. I don't like Colts. I'm with you there. Kind of, I mean, it's what have we seen? This Patriot team, I do not know with the quarterback situation. Tough to lay points, and especially anything under a touchdown because people are going to be like, Patriots at home with Bill Belichick. You can't win by a touchdown. Titans, big dogs here. Is Tannehill supposed to test out his ankle today? Let's be honest. The game plan is run Derrick Henry. That's the stuff going against Mahomes and Reed. Reed on a bye week. The guy's like 80%.
Titans aren't going to do anything on the ground today. Yeah, they're going up against the third best rushing defense in football, and they have no passing game.
But those numbers get kind of skewed because when you're trailing Kansas City, you got to throw the ball.
True, but still, they're not doing anything rushing today.
And it comes to my point.
35-3 tonight.
You come to my point where you have Reed and Mahomes, and they're awesome at home off a bye week. I think they jump out fast, and it kind of negates the rushing attack here for Tennessee.
Maybe.
The Saints on Monday night, right? They got the Ravens. Why that line's coming down? Is Lamar Jackson out? Why does that line come down 2 points? That opened to 2. It was up to 3.5. Now it's down. I see a 1 out there. What am I missing in that game? The Lions, I get it. That line looks fishy as well, 3.5. And I'm all for the 3.5. It was kind of like the Bears last week, or excuse me, the Dolphins versus these guys last week. 3.5. I want to unload on the favorite, thinking they win by 10 when it's at 3.5, 7.5. But just looks Green Bay. I know they're missing a bunch of guys. It's still, I don't know. Again, you got Washington, you got the Bears, you got the Lions. You got a lot of dogs with like weird looking lines. Tough week for me. Michigan spreading team total over, beating up on Rutgers. Colts 6, Lions 4, Tampa 2.5. I can go with those games, Shannon. Chargers Falcons. I'm gonna say over that game. I do like the Falcons. We got them here in the chat, as well. So yeah, I cannot back any double digits favor in the NFL. I understand. Under first half, Bucks game, Jefferson 90 yards, Kelsey TD. Travis Kelsey anytime TD. What are you laying there? 160. I mean, I'm not going to say the lay any number there. I would go 2 touchdowns for plus money. Marcos, hit the like button. I appreciate it. Hitting it for me, Mr. Nika. Yes, Mr. Nika. Where is our Canadian friend, Mr. Nika? I said this, Shannon, last week. We're looking at the lines. I'm like, why the heck is this line this number? Like, give me the commies here. Give me the commies. It just looks. And I like the Vikings team. I do. I like Minnesota. I said beginning of year Minnesota to win the North. I just 3.5 down to 3. Like what? I don't know. Washington, KC, sure. It's Andrew Reid bye week. I get it. Jacksonville over. Jacksonville and the Raiders. I want zero to do with either of these squads. Not even interested. This is I say about crossing games off the board. No, thank you. No, over to 48. Are you going to be shocked if this game's like 23-20 and you lose because they're going for it on 4th and 2 from like the 11 because hey, we got nothing to lose. We got nothing to lose. We're 3-5. Let's just try to score some points. No, thank you. Seattle over. I do not like. Got the under here in the chat. Bears plus the 4 in Arizona minus the number here versus Seattle. All right. No limits in the house. Welcome. 1 off for 11,000 last night. What'd you miss? What game cost you there? NBA kind of like under Lakers, Cavaliers. Anytime you want to go under Lakers, I'm not going to say no. Were they the worst shooting team in the NBA? I don't mind that. 8-1 on the ice. Good grief. Kraken best bet. Yes, it did. I'm annoyed I didn't take the Kraken. I went 2-1 on my hockey. I'm happy. I made money. But I should have took the Kraken. And now, not only should have took them yesterday, because that way, if I would have took them today, I'd be like, you know what? I go 1-1. I'm still going to be up money with them as a dog. But I couldn't. I didn't. Stupid. I roll out of the chat. I write down things like, I got to maybe look at this game. And games are going on. I'm like, oh, boy, I forget stuff. I'm not. King D in the house. Welcome. Lock it in with the King. All right. Flyers, Devils, Tampa, Preds, all cash yesterday. Yep, I was opposite on that Devs play. I had the Flames puck line thinking it looked a little fishy. But I did have the Red Wings and Toronto got it done for me there. So, again, puck line loser. Still a winner for me. I don't mind. All the public love on Seattle. That's the thing nowadays, Shannon. That's been my hardest thing since I went to Jersey. Like when Sportsman got legal there, and it's like, again, I bet the games early because I want to see. And again, that's how I'm not getting thousands of dollars down on these early games. With early lines, I'm just trying to grind out a little bit because. I mentioned USC had 17.5, 18. It goes to 21.5, 22. Again, having the best number doesn't mean you win, but it's and I don't know, man. I'll say it. I don't know how other guys at the biz feel. Tim's newer, but you go back 10 years, these kind of games like this where the line goes from 3-1, you're happy at 3, and I'd come in and be like, you know what? I'll take some Arizona on the money line here and look for a middle in my personal life. But you got so many channels and outlets and stuff that just feeds a bunch of people, and the books now, they aren't what they were. These are all corporate. They're worried about the bottom line and crap like that. They move stuff based on just the money and not who's putting money in sometimes. It's all frustrating. I was talking to my guy Anthony here. We're talking about another pro guy, and he's strictly like strictly all props. He's we're talking NFL, and I'm doing some work with him. I'm showing my numbers for the last 10, 15 years. He's like, man, I can't even look at these numbers. He's like, it's tougher every year. It gets harder and harder. And it does. If people tell you it doesn't, man, yeah, those people are going to be around in 6 months. But this, I totally understand it, Chan. I totally understand. It's, it's frustrating. Ducks and Dallas hit as well. Missed on the Bruins. Still, ain't one. No limit. What are you complaining about? Was that? Did you parlay him or did you have him straight up too? So tell me you made money yesterday. Going 8-1. Troy never in doubt. Yes, I had Troy marked down as a loser at halftime. I'm like, man, 10-0. At least we got the under. We're happy about. Then somehow that comes back to win, and I cash the under. But then somehow I lose. I think I had Georgia State or Georgia Southern. They were up.
Georgia Southern. We were on Georgia Southern.
They were up it was like 31 to 24.
They were up like 17 points or something, yeah.
I'm like, I'm looking good here. Next thing I know, they got outscored 14-0 in the fourth. It's a loser. So I thought I went from, all right, I was content. I was like, all right, I'm 3-4. And I'm like, wow, I just flipped this and I'm going to go 4-3 in early games. And then it flips back because Georgia Southern doesn't get it there. 9-9 yesterday. Oh, well, lay it down. What are you going to do? It happens. You split. Could be worse. It's tough. Some of these games, as we mentioned, Troy and the under should have been a split. I ended up going 2-0. The Georgia Southern game should have been a win up 17. End up being a loss. LSU under. I mean, are you kidding me there? LSU and the under should have been a nice 2-0 sweep. It happens. Even before the show, I was still telling him, like, man, I'm mad. I missed out. I like Notre Dame. I thought it'd be an under. He's like, that game went over. I went over. I thought that game was going to end I saw 20-0. I figured it was like the fourth quarter. Was it under? Game went over. You know what? It is. Listen, Don, we're betting here. It's nice to have huge winning days. That's not a bad day. Down a little bit. You bet 18 games. It's a grind. On Arizona, we'll be cussing them by 7:30. I do not like the Cardinals team one bit. Feel good not to see Bama at the top. I listen. I don't know if the tide's turning, but Alabama's a team, and we can complain all we want about the playoffs. Like, you keep putting Alabama in. Well, every time they're in the playoffs, it's not like they're getting crushed. It's not like they're Notre Dame showing up and getting run out of the building by 40, or these other teams that come in here. You're getting a good show at Alabama. Alabama's coming in, and you're not getting a bad game at Alabama in there. So you understand that. You understand them not taking a Big 12 team, that whenever the Big 12 team gets out of there and plays a team with even a half a defense, the scores are 45-22 because they can't stop anything. They're like a wet paper bag. Georgia, obviously, clearly the best team in the country. I thought Ohio State was, and I'm going to give them a little pass for the win yesterday, a bad game there. I'll give them a little leeway. But they shut down Tennessee. No one had shut down Tennessee. I mean, they were just scoring it well. Now, if he would have made a couple passes, maybe something different. But you didn't make the passes. And listen, Georgia, Ohio State, probably Michigan be 1, 2, 3. TCU should be the number 4. I'm guessing Tennessee will be 5 still. Alabama will probably go down to 6. I don't know who they're going to leapfrog over Alabama. Maybe Oregon. Maybe they're throwing Oregon up there to be like, hey, so you got trucked in game 1 on the East Coast by Georgia. Is that so bad because they just destroyed Tennessee? That, whatever, 27-6 looked like 47-0. I mean, let's be honest. That game was not even close. I'm holding on to a hope that I get a late touchdown and it's 27-14 with a 2-point conversion, and maybe get something back and score late to make it 27-21. Get in, and that was not even close. Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and TCU should be the 4. We'll see if TCU's up there. Who knows? Let's be honest. Are you going to be really shocked when they put Tennessee at number 4? Well, they lost to the Georgia, and we've seen Georgia do this, and we're going to keep Tennessee. I mean, come on. How about when LSU jumps up to the top 6, right? They were 10. Where are they going to move up to? They got to move ahead of Alabama.
Matt, it's gonna be chaotic when a 2-loss LSU ends up winning the SEC and has to go into the playoff, right?
I mean, and who they're gonna put, and they're gonna put Georgia in there because Georgia's only loss is gonna be to LSU, and then you're gonna have Ohio State, and you're gonna have
Michigan.
I mean,
I don't know. They would have to. No, one of them's the one loss. Now, with all the teams losing, could Ohio State and Michigan both make the playoff?
I think it's gonna come down to what that game is. If Ohio State blows these guys out 46-23 or something, I don't think Michigan should be.
If it's a blowout, no. If it's a close game, maybe. But they would need Tennessee to lose, or they would need LSU, I think, to win the SEC. No, sorry, they would want Georgia to win the SEC, so that the only SEC team in there would be Georgia. You get Michigan, Ohio State, and TCU if they run the table.
Because I mean, undefeated TCU, you got to give credit to because they're going to be Texas, who people love.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, if Oregon somehow wins the Pac-12, how do you not? I mean, I know they lost to Georgia on the road, a home opener, but come on, man, Georgia just all right. It wasn't 49-3, but it was in the rain. It wasn't a dome. It wasn't against the coach taking over a new team. You got to give Oregon some credit here.
Correct. We'll see how it plays out the next couple of weeks. I'm excited to see what the AP rankings are or the college football rankings are after this week.
Yeah, that'll be. I mean,
that'll be interesting to see. How far do they drop Tennessee? How far do they drop Bama? Where is LSU?
Where get the rankings? Because LSU is going to be ahead of. You know, I don't have them in front of me. I don't look at that nonsense.
Yeah, I'm pulling them up. All
right. Eric also likes the Bears today. Not too bad.
Now they haven't updated the rankings because they don't do that just
until later. Yeah. All right.
But coming into this one, it was Tennessee at number 1. They're dropping.
Oh, let me put my
Ohio State. Here. I think Georgia will jump Ohio State. They have to.
Yes, they have to.
There's no way that you could put Ohio State at number 1 after a 14-point win against Northwestern. That is not happening.
Georgia 1.
Ohio
State 2.
Ohio State 2.
Michigan 3.
TCU number 4.
4. Now Oregon's got to move up to 5. Tennessee will probably be 6. Clemson, you got to drop Clemson.
Hold on. Does Oregon have to move?
Yes. I mean, another dominant. I mean, you could say whatever. Oh, they only beat Colorado. Well, hey, listen. If they only beat Colorado, well, Ohio State won 14-7.
Tennessee or Oregon for number 5. Now those are 5, 6, and I think they could be interchangeable.
But here's where it gets a little tricky because you got Clemson, Tennessee, and Alabama all got to come down somewhere, right?
Clemson drops a bunch.
Will they drop them a bunch? Or will they kind of keep them there because they want the ACC represented? I mean, what do you do with LSU?
No, they can't anymore. They can't. They got blown out by Notre Dame. They can't.
USC looked not good last week. I mean, Cal scored 35 points against them. So you can't move them up. LSU.
You can move USC up a little bit.
How?
They'll move up ahead of Bama.
You think USC is better than Alabama?
I think at the moment, a 1-loss USC is above a 2-loss Alabama. Yes.
Oh, boy. I don't know about that. I mean,
in terms of the rankings,
Alabama just lost they lost 2 overtime games by 3 points to a team ranked that was number 1 and a team that's as playing good as anybody right now.
But with the power rankings now, Bama has no chance to make the college football playoff anymore.
No, I mean, who's... Because if LSU loses, then all of a sudden you got Bama.
Because if we go and pull up the SEC, if we go and pull up the standings for the SEC, I don't think they have a chance to. Yeah, because if you look at it, they get LSU, Ole Miss, and then Alabama. Now, you're not Alabama unless a collapse from LSU and a collapse from Ole Miss.
How about when Arkansas wins next week? It's a 3-point underdog. Arkansas is a 3-point underdog next week.
Oh, God, I might have to bet that.
Take Arkansas, LSU loses, and then it's Alabama versus Georgia in the SEC title game again.
The problem is what does Ole Miss have? And and even if LSU loses to Arkansas, I still think they finish with a better they finish with the same conference record as Alabama, and they have the head-to-head win. So no. Even then, Alabama can't make the SEC championship.
Oh, because you know what? I'm looking at they'll have 3 losses I was looking at just 3 losses overall and not
No,
the.
but they're 5-1 in conference.
Yes,
Even if they
yes,
lose
yep,
to
yep, nope,
Arkansas,
yep. No, I messed up because then they have they got who? UAB and then A&M. Maybe they
yeah,
lose to
they're not
A&M
losing
at the
those
end.
games.
Maybe A&M wins last game of the year.
No, not with a chance for them to go to the SEC championship game. No, not a chance.
That's
I don't know.
interesting.
We'll see how that goes. This is definitely an interesting conversation to have later on, where we figure out where each team's going to go. And I think this is the perfect advocate of why we need a 12-team playoff.
No, stop. Get out of the chat. Goodbye.
Oh.
Get out of here with that freaking 12. Stop. Here comes Tim and his participation trophy generation. We need more teams in here. No, you don't. No, you don't. 4 is good. Win the damn game, please. Where was Shannon's? All right, so Shannon, talk about the Cavalier Laker total going down. I almost want to take the Cavs here, believe it or not. I didn't do anything in that game, but that's where I would lean. You want to go under? I don't mind. Kobe got my 30 day. I appreciate it. Can't wait for CVB tomorrow. There you go. I appreciate you getting the package. Thank you. Yeah, we got a lot. I think I got like what do I got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I got 17 college basketball games tomorrow. Listen, Colby. I'll probably put a little thing in one of the later write-ups underneath the pick, because I probably, I mean, there might be more games. There's a lot of games, and I don't know. I doubt your bankroll's what my bankroll is and how we bet games. Keep them the same early on. I mean, which one's your favorite? There's not favorites. I don't worry about favorites. I worry about what the line is. I'm going to have a lot of games. Do them the same. And we're talking 20 games. If it's $10 a game, $15 a game, it's $200 just in college basketball a day. We have 100 something games tomorrow. There's 8 games on Tuesday. All right, Tuesday might be 1 game. Mercer over East Carolina. it's going to be set up. So
ECU sucks at basketball. You're not telling me anything new.
Mind the picks. Like, don't. There's going to be a lot. It's a volume kind of game. We're not looking to just bound one. It's like, oh, we're going to load on this game. It's a long season. There'll be over 1,000 games bet. So that's. I mean, you should know that. If you see the records on there for my college and Major League Baseball, I fire away, and just figured you should know that. Let's go, Nolan. Who you got? Weather games according to plan. Everything else was terrible. You go 10-0 in those games, Jesse? 3-0 so far this weekend. Trembled Souls. Obviously, a new viewer. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Bills 8.5 today. That's the best odds I know. Bills minus 8.5. What are you talking about? That's a great number. Bills at 8.5. I think Buffalo wins by 20. I said this before, Tremble. We're talking about it in the beginning of the show. I will lay 14 points, 13.5, 14. I don't care. Bills versus any team. Minus maybe Kansas City. Anyone else? Maybe. If the Niners get totally healthy, that's a team I don't want to lay 14 against. I think the Bills are just that good. I don't mind it. A 3-team parlay on it. Oh, my goodness. So 8.5, and then you put 2 NBA games in there. Oh, boy. It makes you nervous. Exactly. Like, the games move. If you don't like it today, like I said, and it's a light day for me in NFL. 2, 4, 6 games today in NFL. 6. That's usually a 1 o'clock schedule for me. 6 games. I just couldn't pull the trigger. I mean, could I took the Bears and the Lions, the Commies, I could have grabbed a bunch of dogs. Yes. I get it. But the discipline to trying to win money, and again, I'm a guy who bet 1,000 baseball games this year. I'll have 1,000 college basketball games. If I don't like something or if I'm kind of like iffy, I say it all the time. Picking and choosing, you know, you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, you can't pick your friend's nose. Same thing. It's like, well, I kind of like this one, but I'm going to do this one instead of that one. Then you're 0-1 instead of 1-1. Instead of down $10, you're down $110. Pass. It's fine. You pass. You know what you did? You just won. It's a winner because you didn't lose. Don't start degenerate thinking like, well, if I did that, I would be up 100 or 1,000 or 50 or 10 or 20, whatever your bet is. Appreciate it for calling as it is. How many people like that these days? We purchase CB for sure. I appreciate it, Don. I appreciate you jumping on board. Give me a shot. You know, it's a good run. We're winning. You know, and here's the thing. As a guy who sells for a long time, right? I say, sites since 05, 17 freaking years, all right, which is makes me a dinosaur, right? And when it's the worst is when you're on like a good run, and we're on a good run because the football's been great all year, but you hit a couple NBA, you hit a hockey here and there or something, all of a sudden your numbers get a little bloated, right? Because there's going to be a 2-6 NFL day. There'll be a 4-11 college basketball day. There'll be there'll be a 6-0 college basketball day. You have to set your mind, especially when you're getting like a premium pick me or anybody else. I know people sometimes don't like to do that, but if you're not ready for a loss, you have to, it's people's mindsets. Again, you can't just bet everything because it's on TV. Oh, Monday night I'm betting it. Oh, it's Sunday night. Oh, it's an ESPN game today. I don't mind. Spelling's my second language too. I get it, Don. Don't worry about the spelling. That's easy to cipher. We got some bad spellers in here. Come in here. You're fine. That's easy. I broke that down simple. No Andrews and the running back. I said Gus is that. Okay, but I mean, they still got Lamar playing. That's why it's down to 1. I get it. No Mark Andrews. That rookie didn't look too bad. All right, Shannon, we got here. Ravens lines come down. Mark Andrews out. Edwards out. Bateman roll out. I don't know, man. Mark Andrews, and I understand people love Mark Andrews, but the rookie, who is that kid? Is Likely the kid on that team, the tight end? He's likely to have a decent game. This again. You're playing the Saints. Andy Dalton. You don't think the Ravens know anything about Andy Dalton? I don't know. Last time I checked, the guy was on the Bengals for a decade. Tyreek over the 88.5 yards. Fields over. Cash 4 straight games. Hawkinson over 35 receiving yards. So Tyreek versus secondary, I could probably see it. Yes. Fields has gone over. I mean, they have not adjusted this number at all, right? Tooch was talking about this yesterday, Ant, right? Friday when we were doing the show. He has. So yes to that. And Hawkinson, I mean, he really only needs one big play here for Minnesota, but I'm not really rushing to that one with a guy making a debut with a new team. Brady under 269, Eckler over the rushing yards against the Falcons. I know the Falcons are bad on passing. Are they bad on the rush too? I guess so. Kelsey 144 and 450 for 2. Take that 450. We did that last week. We took Kelsey plus the touchdowns. Easy winner. Or who do you have plus 2 touchdowns? Was that last week? Rodgers under passing yards. Aaron under the 260. I've said it before, Ant. Him, Brady. This is the end here. Matt Ryan. And it's tough because somebody like Rodgers and Brady, I mean, are they going to go out on a bad season like this? You say no. Brady, I think definitely will. Rodgers, I don't know. And I go back to Peyton. The guy had like 40-something TD passes, and then next year he had like, 9, 10 for Denver? Sometimes I don't know. And again, it's the Lions. You think he should have done for 300 versus Lions team. But who's he throwing to? Under the Bucks-Rams game. Why wouldn't you? Well, have you seen great offense out of these two clubs, Shannon? NBA on Sunday, where there's NFL. Again, NBA. I do like an NBA game today. I grabbed one, but
Can I put the contrary? NBA is perfect to bet on Sundays because who's betting NBA on Sundays? Nobody. Not with the NFL going.
But I mean,
Ever think about it that way?
yes and no. Like you think you find a good line because they're so focused in on the other ones, and you kind of see that because all these lines. I mean, there's again 4 games. They should be on the ball with 4 freaking games. But
They
every
should be.
line's.
I'm on 2
But
games today. That's it.
huh?
I'm only on 2 games today. So
Only on 50% of the schedule.
Toronto and Utah. Let's get it.
Yeah, I said 50% of the schedule because
50%. Yeah, 100%.
But as much as only 4 games, every side in total has moved in these 4 games. Every side in total has moved. Crazy. Panthers and the under, Reginald. Again, Panthers, you could have had 9.5 last week. Why do you want a 7? Especially since he looked horrible on Monday night. Patriots, again, everybody on the Patriots. No way. Patriots just only got to win by a touchdown. Colts lost to the Commanders last week. Over to 40. I got 41 and a half, 41 on this one early. So I like the under. I still like the under 40. And Jets under. I mean, this Jets team, what are they scoring today? Gregory likes the Lions. I kind of like the Lions as well. I run as straights and parlay them to 2s and 3s, then one parlay altogether. All right, so you made that's a winner then. That's fine. Detroit against the Rangers. Yeah, I like the under in this game here for Detroit. I took the under. Safe from hearing roll tide today. Definitely that. Definitely not going to be hearing that today. Yeah, Red Wings looking good. Yeah, $2 dog. Exactly. Rangers, I think they lose 5-3 at home or something the other day. That's what I kind of like the under. When I get a team gets beat up a little bit, I think they bounce back, play some defense. So yeah, you want to take Detroit here plus $2? I don't mind. Bring back to the old Sergei Fedorov, Stevie Yzerman days when they're good. Thoughts on Jets under? Under. I mean, what are the Jets scoring here? I know they got a new running back in, but he's not explosive like the other kid was. Wide receivers are like quitting the team. How? And I'm all for the Bills scoring 40 every game. They should. The Bills could score 34 every single game. Are we getting 2 touchdowns out of the Jets? I don't know. Under. We were just talking about the Shan, as you heard a little rant mid-show. I don't know. I think Oregon's looking really good right now. I don't know. And again, I don't have their thing in front of me. I don't know how it lines up in their division, who they play, who they haven't played, who they got to play.
I mean, they're most likely lining up a Oregon USC Pac-12 championship game. So,
I mean, can one of those teams get in?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
The thing is, I think Oregon has a lot easier of a chance if they win the Pac-12 than South USC, and the only reason why is I feel like USC needs a little bit more help in order to get in.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I think both of them need help in order to get in.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're already them in the Big 12 are like just the stepchildren nobody likes.
Yeah, exactly. Because if probably Georgia's going to be in there, even if they lose the SEC championship. You get maybe a 1-loss Tennessee. You get the Big Ten champion, either Ohio State or Michigan.
I don't know.
TCU runs the table.
Do you get that 1-loss Tennessee team, or do you get the runner-up in the SEC game, the championship game?
Well, if it's Alabama, if it's LSU, then no.
Probably not, right? Either way, you're gonna have a 3-loss.
If Georgia wins the SEC championship game, Georgia.
You can't take LSU. They have 3 losses. You cannot take a 3-loss team. I don't care that they beat Alabama.
Well, they're a 2-loss team. If LSU runs the table and wins the SEC championship, then there's a consideration. But a 3-loss team, absolutely not. No, you cannot put LSU in there.
No. And then you can put what? You're going to say, well, Clemson gets it. How does Clemson get a shot?
Clemson gets 0 shot. Nope, done. Goodbye.
You can't.
Their wins this year are not good. Syracuse going to drop out of the rankings.
Yes,
NC
they just lost to
State,
Pitt.
Meh. Wake Forest is going to drop out of the rankings. They've got no good wins anymore.
Yep.
I don't know.
No. But again, that's a point. You want 12 You want 12 teams. How do you put these teams in there? They're not good. I mean, then it's like I guess it's be like the wild card team winning in MLB. But again, you want to go 6?
Yeah,
Maybe I'll do 6.
We went to a 16 playoff in the MLB, and all of a sudden, Philadelphia, the worst team in the NL, makes the World Series.
The worst team in the NL.
The worst ranked team from the NL in the playoffs made the World Series.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got you.
Okay, I wasn't calling them the worst team.
Oh yeah. No, I
of
missed the rank part. Yes.
Ranked
Markel.
part, yep.
Markel, what are you doing? You shouldn't have to sweat the games. Come on, fella. LSU only. Only what? No. Move to 1. Young Lucky, you are. No way. Man, they'll be lucky to move to the top 5. I mean, that would be a huge jump. And they pull crap like that. I try not to curse on here. They pull something like that. That's because they're thinking Alabama, LSU, Tennessee. They got their whole little cabal working there. Like, we got to get 2 SEC teams in there because the ACC looks like trash. Ohio State's there, but do we trust TCU to run it? They got their little stupid games going on there. I've never, ever, even going back to like the BCS when they had the polls on those stupid things back in the day where the computer rankings, like Miami beats the number 1 team and they're ranked like number 3. They never move up. Like, what is that about? I never watch these ranking shows. Never once in 20 years of them doing this crap, however long they've been doing it between BCS or BS, whatever. Yeah, BS. We'll call it the BS rankings. I'm almost inclined to watch how they use their word salad to jump in a bunch of SEC teams ahead of Pac-12 teams. It's a joke. Oh, big waves, you know it. Hi, Yolanda. Welcome. Oh, this is Gracious. How are you, Gracious? Good to see you. I'm checking out my girl's iPad. I appreciate you coming in. I like all the picks on the board. Also like the Lakers 4.5. Yeah, that Laker line looks a little fishy, right? Like, man, everybody's about the Cavaliers. You know how I feel about them, Gracious. I can't. This spot here. We said the other day, let's take the Lakers. This spot here, no thank you. No thank you. And Rangers under, I bet them. I don't have them in the chat, but I bet them today. I know Lakers plus money. That's a tough one. Good pick. Higgs on over in the Bears. Bears defense horrible. Yeah, Bears defense is going to give us some points, and the offense has been working a little bit. I'll take a shot. And again, it's just Miami. I know it's not like typical Chicago weather. It's not like there's, it's not like 20 and rainy or cold or snow, or maybe it's windy. I have no idea. I'm not in Chicago right now. I don't know. All I know is they got crappy pizza in Chicago, and the Transformers destroyed their city. So, I mean, other than that,
yes, crappy pizza. Go New York.
Crappy pizza. The Transformers blew the town up, and the Blues Brothers really destroyed their police force in a high-speed chase. That's about what I know about Chicago. Blues Brothers way ahead of all you people here. You probably don't know what the Blues Brothers are. The Blues Brothers car chase scene was one of the most expensive scenes. I think they crashed 100-something police cars. Go figure. Anyway, no rest for the wicked. No rest at all for Hicks start tomorrow. I know. Please, Groovy. Last couple days. The other night I went into like the bedroom. I told my wife, I said, can you rub my back? It was hurting me. I was sitting in the chair just writing down all the lines, the opening lines from Thursday and Friday when the lines started popping up. Right? Was that Thursday, Tim? We started seeing them come up Thursday?
Yep.
So I started writing them all down, and then I got to go I write them down in time order, which is not rotation order. So then I got to go as they come on sites. Then then my head starts hurting. I'm staring at a screen. I'm hunched over. My back's bothering me. I'm starting to get like my hands crimping up because I'm old school. I'm not typing. I after a while, like with the ring light on, my head starts to hurt. Like sometimes I'm doing videos, I'm like squinting. That's why, people. I'm not like drunk or spastic. It's just that with the lights, I just can't. Boy. And even today, I got what 17 games on the sites bet already. And then before look ahead lines, or even after I do it, I'm going to go through all these lines again and rewrite them down. And probably tomorrow morning, I'll wake up at 6 a.m. Well, 5 a.m. To go through the lines again. Granted, there's like only one noon game or something. There's not a lot, not a lot of afternoon
Yeah,
action.
one noon game, and it's Baylor and Mississippi Valley State.
Yeah, not I know, and we'll have wackos in here to take Baylor in the first half to minus the 22.
I might look at a total in that game, to be honest. I might take the under.
I'm
How much is Mississippi Valley putting up, and then how long did the Baylor starters play?
that game could be like 90-40.
Exactly. What's the total?
I don't even know. Hold on, I got it right here.
142 and a half. I'm going to take the under. I'm going to have noon action. Let's get it. Let's take the under.
142. It opened at 143 and a half, by the way. So it's already come down. Donald's in the house on the Green Bay Packers today. I can't condone the Packers. Like the Packers, Miami, Minnesota, these all look like fishy lines. And much like Notre Dame winning out yesterday, I can't. It's a no bet for me, Donald. It's a no bet. I'm sorry. How about this? How about next week? Green Bay is a 3-point dog to Dallas at home. Green Bay at home, 3-point dog next week to Dallas right now. Take Dallas off the bye week. Line moving all week. Jets game total. Take the under. I mean, it hasn't really moved that much. I mean, what did it open at 47? Corey Jones is on the Lakers and the points as well. Oh, boy. Gracious one has finished with college football rather than betting college hoops. You know I love college hoops, Gracious. Thanks for popping in. Make sure you delete the search history on your girl's iPad so she doesn't know you're watching. Hey, listen, I like the Canes too. You know what? I gotta show you. I don't have it here. It's in the cabinet. I got online off of eBay. I got an old school like 1985 Sebastian the Ibis glass. Like I'm all for finding. I have some old McDonald's and Smurfs cups from like the early '80s, some Return of the Jedi stuff. So when I saw an old Sebastian the Ibis, I had to grab it. I do like the Canes, but this program's trouble. Markel Bears are going to have me smoking too. Staying to the Bears. Guys. All right. We're almost to kick off. I'm getting out of here because I got a lot of crap to do. It's just that simple. Look at lines tonight. I'll throw it on all the networks. And hope to see you there. Probably end up talking some college basketball. Well, who would kid? And I'll see what I have done. It's just again, I'll try to find a future for some of the mid-major kind of stuff, but no guarantees. Like I said, I try to just tell you who I bet if I got it myself. I don't want to just come in half-assing. That's not the way to do it. It's not how I do it. You can find half-assers all over the place. But have a good one. Good luck today. Hope see everybody later on tonight. Bye-bye.